Who's a good boy? Mwah.
Who's a good boy? I'm a good boy.
Oh, it's
Hi guys,
to my doggo.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Heal Project. We are back with episode 6 of 5 Questions Go. If you didn't check out, cheers, Jeff. If you didn't check out the last episode, go and make sure you watch it. Lots of questions on there. Well, there wasn't lots of questions. There was 5. That's the whole fucking point of the series. It was 5. Calm down.
It was only 5.
Leave your questions in the comments below, though. And we will get on with question 1. What? And I have my answer straight away. What match was the biggest disappointment to watch from Titch? Goldberg versus Undertaker. Yes, that one.
It's a very good answer.
Yes,
Yeah,
there is.
Very similar, or similar place. It was DX against the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah.
I was gutted with that.
But it was... I wasn't, see, because I knew it was going to be a shit show from the start.
No. You're being unfair. You're being unfair.
I thought
a lot of mistakes happened.
I thought Trips might be able to carry it. Yeah. And then Trips got injured, and I was like, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
it's going to be that shit show that I was worried about.
Yeah. But I was just disappointed. I had very high hopes. Well.
Yeah. So both of the two guys that could have potentially carried it got injured pretty early on.
Kane was retired by then, wasn't he? Or
sort of, but he was still... Yeah, he was semi-retired. He was still able to go. Yeah, I think you're being a bit harsh on that match, personally.
I didn't say the match was bad, but I was just disappointed.
It was all about the spectacle of having DX there. Let's be honest. That was their whole thing, and it worked for what it was. Look, there's a lot of matches that are disappointing. Let's be honest.
For you.
I'm probably gonna go. Oh, most disappointing match.
Me.
Oh, I've got one. I've got another one.
It was me and Link on Tinder.
Do you know what?
Disappointing match.
My most disappointing match was also one of my favourite matches of all time.
Oh God, what's this going to be?
And it was the Royal Rumble in 2001.
Is that the one with what's his face entered?
It's the hardcore Royal Rumble that Drew Carey entered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a fucking fantastic match. Absolutely brilliant. But Kane got eliminated at the very end, and that was one of the most disappointing moments in my entire watching wrestling life. Because Kane should have won that Rumble. He was so good. So that's my most disappointing match. But it was also one of my favourite matches.
I really like that one. That's well different. I like that.
A really recent one that was built up so good, and the match was going to be so good. And no, right at the end was Seth versus The Fiend in in the Hell in a Cell.
Oh God, yeah,
because it was so good, and then it ended. And it was like, what's just happened?
Yeah.
Really?
That was bad.
Yeah, fair enough. That's a good shout.
But
honourable mention, as it were.
The thing is, we're going in different directions, because I'm going with disappointing because it was like the emotional side of disappointment, where you guys are going more.
I was very hyped up for this
errors,
match, and I was
glitches,
very let down.
Crap, and just sort of like.
Yeah. On paper,
I don't want
to
say it like in a negative manner or anything, but you're looking at it from a Mark point of view rather than from a fan point of view.
But let's not forget the fact that Goldberg vs Taker was the main event.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. No question about it. Like it was a dreadful match. I'm not disagreeing with you one bit.
There was an off chance that Goldberg might be about to be able to do something good enough to actually be like, okay, that was all right.
But he wasn't.
Because
so
he had it, because he fought Kevin Owens before, and he wasn't terrible. Like it wasn't atrocious.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
When you go back and look at it again.
Like, that's
different. That's different. Putting on the match he provided wasn't terrible. To the point of, I thought him and Taker might actually be able to do something, and that's why it's such a big disappointment. I thought, maybe I can get behind Oldberg. Never really liked Goldberg, but maybe I can get behind Oldberg.
I liked Goldberg back in 2002, I think it was 2002, wasn't it, when he came in, or was it 2003?
It's around that time, yeah.
It might have been 2003. But when he came in for that run and had that little rivalry with The Rock, I actually quite enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. But yeah, no, he should have stayed gone. In all honesty.
Absolutely. Who should have won a lingerie competition but never did because of Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler, and Trish Stratus? Picks provided if applicable, says Jakey.
So what we're asking here is, who do we want to see in their underwear? Is that what I'm hearing? That's what I'm taking.
Basically, from Jakey, yeah, Jakey, you dirty bastard. Because most of the roster we've seen in their underwear now, anyway.
Although, thanks to Jared, most of the roster we've seen out of their underwear at this point.
Yeah. Did you know there's a certain wrestler with heart-shaped nipples?
There is.
Bet you could never guess who it is.
She also used to sell pictures of her poop on the internet.
Wow.
That's just a fact.
It is. But still, wow.
Who
should have won, though? That would imply that they didn't go into it.
No. It's a lingerie match, which is that they win because they are the best looking in the match, essentially.
Oh, that one. I was thinking bra and panties. I was like,
no, yeah.
When they first come into it,
I think he did say bra and panties originally, because I remember seeing this question pop up, and I was like,
and he edited.
Do you mean he wants to see who lost? Like he's like, oh yeah, and then changed the question.
Right, okay.
I remember when she first come into it, I'd say Ashley Massaro. When she first came into it.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Can't lie, I was thinking, who's Ashton?
Ashley.
Yeah, that was that. Blame Discord. That was the Discord link.
Rest in peace.
Yep. And I was like, who the fuck is Ashton though?
It was amazing when she first came into
Eva Marie.
Wow.
Just carrying on every episode. We'll have Eva Marie for the next 10 years. No. Let's be honest, lads. This female got a pulse. It's probably gonna tap out.
I'm gonna go Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Because Stephanie was hot. Let's be honest. Like.
Whereas I'm not fussy. Just anything or two. Can be male. At this point, I don't care.
Yeah. It should have been.
I'm married. Yeah, Oldberg. Yeah, we'll have Oldberg. There we are. Yeah, we'll move on for the potentially sexist comments. So, I would also like to see Oldberg's dick as well. There we go. There you are, YouTube. I wouldn't, by the way, YouTube. If anybody wants to give me his number.
Someone is absolutely going to send you that picture.
I thought you meant. I said his number, but yeah. I was like, if they do, fair play. That one's a bit.
The stuff you've said about him, I don't think you'd rig it.
I think we had that one last episode, so we will sort of or last time, so we'll move that one for now. We'll do a double header. From Titch. What was your favourite and what was your worst headline? So this is question 3 and 4. What was your favourite and worst storylines?
Storylines, okay.
So my worst one was the whole Katie Vick storyline.
Yeah, I was thinking
I don't think that was that bad. It wasn't good, but I don't think it was that bad. I think again that's one of them ones where it gets so much press about the whole moment in the fucking.
Yeah, but it was always a bit.
Or whatever it was, which was
the whole thing. The whole thing was a bit.
Right,
yeah, it's poor taste.
It's poor taste. Orton,
I mean, we've got worse.
The Orton, the next one, obviously Orton burning down the thing and stuff. The storylines actually weren't that bad. It's just that segment they did was bloody terrible, like awful.
My worst.
Yeah, we'll stick with worst for now, and then we'll move on. We'll finish with the questions on a positive. So
I remember the one that I felt really uncomfortable about, and it was the whole Sheamus Jeff Hardy drink driving. That was really uncomfortable to watch.
You know, that whole thing was a rehash of was the rivalry between Jericho and Shawn Michaels from like 5 years or 6 years previous, right?
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't it Jeff versus Sheamus as well? Same thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, like literally, like since we've been doing the Hill Project.
Yeah.
It was
uncomfortable one.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to talk about uncomfortable ones, there was the animal suicide stuff.
Hawk, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Was it Hawk? Sorry.
Yeah.
His
Yeah, that was true.
alcoholism and trying to do himself in on TV. That wasn't very well tasteful. I'd say that's probably the worst for me.
Yeah.
No.
Although there's also been moments where they've used things like Paige's. Not where Charlotte's Flair dead brother got used as a story and.
Yeah, but was that more of a storyline or less of a moment within a storyline? I think it was.
It was a moment within a story, the same as Paul Bearer's ashes getting poured on the Undertaker and things as well, which was a bit of a.
Mae Young, Mark Henry. That was a horrible, horrible storyline.
You're right, Pete. You're right.
God damn it! That was going to be my favourite.
Link, you did it. I was about to go right. And my favourite one was that one. I was going to go. You're right, and then say my favourite one. Fuck's sake, you ruined it.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Best is hard, man.
I think I've touched. I think I've touched a lot of things actually, but I think I've touched on my favourite a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of episodes ago, when I was talking about the invasion story.
Yeah,
I genuinely loved that. I was so invested in it. I think that's my favourite.
I didn't even mind the sort of the rehash of it with Raw versus SmackDown invasions, from a few years ago.
They've done that multiple times, though.
The one relatively recently, I think, which was the last one. Obviously, the icing on the cake was the whole image of Becky's face just completely blooded.
Where
that was really good. That was
punched her in the face.
Yeah, that was a really good. I actually enjoyed that whole
storyline. That was the whole thing that made Becky.
It did. But obviously, it's nowhere near my best storyline. Obviously, but
that was the same time that Natalya grabbed Matt Cardona's dick, wasn't it?
Yeah. And she still reckons that's the bit that elevated her.
I saw
one of her most iconic moments, she said.
I saw that, on her Twitter, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
One of my favourite storylines.
It's hard.
There's been so many because they've been criticised so many times, but they've had some crazy, amazing stories.
Who?
WWE, even AEW have had some alright storylines.
Do you know what?
I'm trying to find one that stands out.
Storylines of iconic and things, I and favourites. Anything involving Vince and Austin. I think it's got there was a couple of them that were sort of not consecutive, weren't they? Which you can't. I don't think I could separate any of them. I enjoyed all the fucking storylines with Austin and Vince, even recently.
I'll give you another one just because Pete's taking ages. Kane versus Taker. That whole story, Kane versus Taker, or Kane and Taker, is probably one of the best stories ever told in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That's
I think
gotta be Kane.
I genuinely have never seen storytelling on that level within wrestling. So I think that's probably one of the best ones.
This one's a bit controversial because some people say it's a big storyline. Some people say it was a massive shoot.
Right.
The Montreal Screwjob.
Yeah.
Yeah, it changed the business so much. And I think it was really good. If it was a work, and some people still say it was a work. I reckon he was paid a lot of money, and there's a good chance that he knew about it. I don't know. He wouldn't have gone back, surely.
They wouldn't have let him go. If they was going to pay him that amount of money, they'd have just given him that money to stay at WWE. They wouldn't have said
no, because this style thing. Vince, I listened to a couple of podcasts and bits and pieces. Vince literally said he had nothing for him, and there was going to be nowhere for him to go forward. He wanted Shawn.
Champion. I've got nothing for you.
He wanted Shawn to be the number one guy. There was nothing for Brett. It was Austin that we're looking at, Shawn, and then paying that over to Austin.
Yeah, I mean, nah, sorry, mate. I'm not buying. Fair enough, though. If that's your choice, that's your choice. But nah,
it's a controversial one. I know he is right. Some people do believe it. Whether we believe it or not, it's another story. And the final one, it's a bit different. I'll leave it to Pete. Pete, how would you describe how would you describe the Brooklyn Brawler? Because Phil has asked, who is the modern day Brooklyn Brawler? For those that are a bit young, they're part of our YouTube and Discord.
He was a talented wrestler with a bad gimmick, but his job was literally to put people over, to make them look good. Make wrestlers look green, look good, and take the loss.
I got mine.
I've got mine.
I think we've all got the same.
I've got mine. Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
Potentially.
Dolph Ziggler was exactly one that I had.
Mustafa Ali.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a bit out there. Yeah.
I would also say that Ricochet's fallen into that category as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ziggler is a veteran at this point, and he's a former world champion. I think he's too.
That's true. That is the thing that's separate.
To be able to fall
Brooklyn
into
Brawler
a category
wasn't.
like Brooklyn Brawler. Yeah. Mustafa Ali is nothing essentially. Sorry.
But he has put over. Yeah, that's the difference. He has done that side of it for Brooklyn Brawler. But yes,
I could see Chad Gable being one of them soon.
Mm-hmm. And Drew Gulak.
Yeah, both of those two being, because they're phenomenal what they do. I've got one. I've got the best one. Actually, it's so different. One that always made everyone look good and never really come out on top much. It's John Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
John Morrison always, look at the whole Bad Bunny situation. He carried him all the way through that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not bad at all, actually, Pete. But yeah. That was question 5, and that was the last question of this episode. I think we've got maybe one more to film, and then we're going to be having lots more refreshing questions coming in. So make sure you leave all your questions in the comments below, and please leave a like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fuck off.
Thub is happy now.
MJF wanna be.